Hey everyone, it's Dr. Erica Person with Flex Audiology, and I am here today to give you an update regarding the Anthem Indiana Pathways Program. Now, this is specifically discussing their Medicaid programs. This is not anything to do with their commercial programs. So before we dive into that, if you guys can do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, that sure helps us grow our network. So thank you for that. Okay, so let's talk Medicaid. So in the past, you had an insurance plan directly with Medicaid, directly with the state of Indiana. And as a provider, what we would do is we would have you come in, we would test your hearing, we would submit your hearing to your physician. The physician would send us a medical clearance form, and then we would petition to the state for a prior auth. And usually that process took about a week and a half maybe. And then from there, we would fit you, we'd submit the claim, and then we would get paid. It was pretty streamlined once you kind of figured out the ropes in the process, and Flex Audiology is unbelievably committed to working with this population. So sometime last year, Indiana decided it was a good idea to change the program, and they call it the Indiana Pathways for Aging Program, and they divided it between Humana, Anthem, and United Healthcare. And the way that the process has changed really for the patient hasn't changed much when it comes to Anthem. So it's still, in fact, I would argue it really hasn't changed at all if you have Anthem insurance. It's a pretty easy process. And so for them, it's the difference of who the provider goes through for their prior auth. So if you have Anthem Indiana Pathways, they will cover hearing devices as long as you fall under the original Medicaid guidelines. So Indiana Medicaid generally will pay for one device every 5 years. Now that device is based on a contract, so you can't come in here saying I want a specific make, model, all the things. We have to pick it off of a contract that they have. So Anthem Pathways, trying to keep my insurance companies straight, they follow the exact same protocol. So you have to have not just hearing loss, you have to have a certain amount of hearing loss. And then we can petition for you to get 2 devices instead of 1. And their turn time is pretty good. So from an insurance company standpoint, I'm going to give Anthem Medicaid an A+ because they've been super easy to work with, and I haven't even heard through the proverbial grapevine that anybody's having any trouble with them. So if you guys have any questions about your insurance, definitely go to our website. You can put in your insurance information and we can get back to you on that pretty quickly. We do only do insurance checks for our current patients or patients that are in the area who are looking to come to us, because it does take a little bit of time and effort. But if you have any general questions, drop them below and I'd be happy to work with you. So hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.